And without objection, the chair is authorized to declare recesses of the committee at any time. Welcome to today's hearing entitled Chemistry Competitiveness, Fueling Innovation and Streamlining Processes to Ensure Safety and Security. I would like to now recognize myself for 5 minutes for an opening statement. Good morning, and thank you to our witnesses. We appreciate you all being with us here today. And before I begin, I'd like to offer our prayers on behalf of the entire House Science, Space, and Technology Committee to a couple of our colleagues. Number one, to Doug LaMalfa from California and to his family as they grieve the tragic loss of Doug, who, although not a member of this committee, served the American people proudly for many years. I had a lot of communication and friendship, long time, with Doug LaMalfa. I'd also like to extend our prayers to Congressman Jim Baird and his wife as they heal from a recent car accident. Jim was a member of this committee, and I'm very grateful to learn that Congressman Baird, as a matter of fact, I texted with him last night. He has been released from the hospital, and we continue to pray for a similar speedy recovery for his wife. Congressman Baird is a very dear friend, a valued member of this committee, a wounded Vietnam War vet, and a great member. We wish them both a swift and full recovery. So now please allow me to return to the topic of this hearing, which is to examine the current landscape of chemical research and development here in the United States of America. My hope is that this conversation will serve as a productive starting point. Can I set that right over there? A productive starting point as we consider policy improvements to strengthen chemical research and development ecosystem and to ensure the United States maintains its position as the global leader in innovation, including in chemical science. Everything we rely on, building materials, household products, medical devices and pharmaceuticals, space exploration, energy, transportation, semiconductors, defense, virtually all modern technology depends on chemicals. And I have the privilege of representing more chemical refining facilities in my district than any other congressman in the entire House of Representatives. Yet developing new chemicals or new applications for existing ones is a long and resource-intensive process that can take well over a decade, sometimes closer to 2. And this reflects the complexity of chemical development, market approval, and risk evaluation. Innovation in chemistry is critical to our way of life and to our ability as a nation to reach even greater heights. Today's hearing will inform how we can advance research and development policies that promote domestic R&D, allowing companies to develop products right here in America. We must strengthen supply chains, especially when it comes to chemistries that can bolster our national security, which is something that we should all be able to agree upon. So let me be clear. The development must not come at the expense of human health or the environment, which the EPA has always kept at the forefront of its regulatory processes, and that has not changed. One thing we should all pay attention to is whether the EPA is sufficiently staffed and funded to ensure the safe approval of new chemicals. According to a 2023 GAO report, more than 90% of chemical reviews were beyond their statutorily required review times under the Toxic Substances Control Act. Because of Administrator Zeldin's decisive actions to reorganize the EPA with science placed at the center of the agency, we have already seen measurable results through the substantial reduction of the long-standing backlog of chemical reviews and risk notifications that accumulated during the Biden administration. Reducing regulatory uncertainty and ensuring timely approval of a new, cleaner, and safer product is critical to keeping innovators engaged in developing solutions that sustain America's competitiveness. We must create a domestic R&D environment that keeps pace with industry capabilities and promotes innovation right here in our communities, in our districts. I'm hopeful that today's discussion can help guide research and development policy at the EPA, especially as the Toxic Substances Control Act comes up for reauthorization later this year. Enhancing U.S. leadership in chemical advancements especially like bad actors like China and sometimes India, rapidly out investing the United States in this space, and will help ensure that end users can continue relying on products made in the United States, because we know that domestic producers will keep our safety and national security in focus far beyond those in other countries will. I'm very eager to get this conversation underway, and I look very much forward to identifying areas of agreement that keep America at the helm of safety and efficiency.